right, welcome to the Collective Podcast, episode 2, and we're doing a little later than normal because I need to go watch my daughter play the contrabass. You guys know what a contrabass is?
Yeah.
Really? Y'all know what a contrabass is?
Yes.
How do y'all?
Band kids.
Yeah.
Huh?
They're all band kids.
Margot's. You were a band kid. You don't know what the contrabass is?
I don't.
You were actually the band kid. Were y'all in band?
Yeah.
Really?
I was a percussionist, but even I know what.
Play clarinet.
Contrabass is. So she has to like sit on a stool because
Oh, that
It's
one is so hot.
really, really big. So it's very interesting. You know, it's fun to watch. Yeah. But tonight we're back with the Collective Podcast. If you didn't catch episode 1, maybe you should. I don't know. It was kind of,
Pretty cool.
Go
it was
back.
good. But this is episode 2. Everybody doing okay?
Yes.
Cool. We will not necessarily introduce everybody again, except, you know, Margot hasn't been here. So, Margot, you want to introduce yourself?
Hey, I'm Margot.
Like, you know, like
Oh,
how old you are, what you do.
19. I work at a dance studio and a boutique,
Nice.
and I'm a student at Sneed State.
Very cool.
Woo woo.
Go Parsons.
Go Parsons.
Go Parsons. I never went to Sneed, although
Go Lions.
I have contemplated putting in for that coach's job. So,
Coach's job.
yes. They're starting girls flag football next year. So,
Wait, I didn't know that. Pearl,
Pearl,
you'll be there. Will you?
well, I'd have to move, so you want to get rid of me.
Wow.
Womp womp. The coup has been planted.
Yeah. All right, but we're going to get in tonight. You know, we try to keep these things around an hour so we don't, you know, just sit around and talk about nothing. We'll try to keep the conversation going. But tonight it is December and we're getting close to Christmas. And last month, we talked about rhythms and just kind of different rhythms we have in life. And so tonight I want to talk about another topic is gifts. I want to talk about the idea of gifts. And somebody said, well, what kind of all kind of gifts? I got a gift today. It was interesting. I got a beer glass today, which I thought was very interesting. Oh, from Jefferson's in Albertville.
Oh, okay, got it.
So I got an email from Jefferson's. They ran a thing saying, it was kind of a neat thing. They ran a thing saying, nominate the coach of the year or something from the area. And I didn't win it. A guy named Brandon Lyles, who's the head football coach at Douglas, won it. But I guess somebody nominated me for coach of the year. It wasn't me. I did not nominate myself. But they messaged me. Let me see if I can find it because it's very interesting. I want to show you guys this. Yeah, here it is. They messaged me and said, hey, somebody nominated you for coach of the year. You didn't win, but we want to give you this beer glass that says Jefferson's Coach of the Year 2024 honoree. Like, I guess I get to go.
Honorary.
Oh, that's
I guess I get to go pick up
It's labeled and everything.
That's hilarious.
So you
beer
gotta
glass.
bring that to the next game so you can show it off.
Yeah, I get. So it's it made me think though about gifts. Like, you know, sometimes gifts are unexpected. Sometimes they're expected. I'm starting to buy gifts for my daughters and for Christmas, and I just tell them to message me things they want. Like if it's from Amazon, even better. Like I can just go to my Amazon, go straight on the link and go for it. But sometimes unexpected gifts are nice, even when they're, you know, weird things, you know. But I was wondering if we just talked about gifts and got into the conversation, what was your favorite gift that you've ever received? Think about that. Anybody can jump in, or how to be a favorite gift that you've received at some point in your life. Go.
I mean, does it have to be like an object?
I don't care. There's no rules here.
I loved my family vacay to the Keys and Disney.
Okay.
That's good.
I'd rather like take the vacations and get the gifts.
Was that a gift?
Yeah, I mean, it was like part of Christmas. Like, here you go. I viewed it as a gift.
Okay. All right. I've never had like a vacation.
Oh,
Christmas
I love
vacation.
like the family vacations better than like getting gifts.
That's smart. I like that. That'd be fun. What about anybody else? A favorite gift?
December 2009, Christmas. Got my first gaming laptop. It was an Alienware. The start of the addiction there.
I remember Alienware, and that was like
that
the
was
thing, man.
that was peak, man. That's where it all started. Really?
Dude,
2009.
Yeah. I know that exactly. Yeah.
nice.
It was that it altered my entire timeline from there.
Awesome. And you guys?
I think mine would probably be, I don't know how many years ago I got this, but I had asked for it, so I knew it was coming. I just didn't know it was going to be that soon. But I got my first DJ turntable because it's a big interest of mine is music. So I started playing around with that, and I actually used it last year for my first ever DJ gig at Wallace State. That was
You
pretty
had an
cool.
actual gig?
That was pretty cool. Yeah, they needed a DJ, and I said as a joke, I said, I'll do it. And then I got pulled out of class like 2 hours later. He was like, "Are you being serious about it?" He's like, "We need a DJ. Can you actually do it?" And I said, "Why not?" And yeah, so because of that gift, I was able to complete. I guess one of my goals was to DJ something. I don't know if I'm going to do it as a career later on, but I at least wanted to do it once.
Yeah.
So I got the opportunity to do that.
That's really cool.
Is it really just like not doing anything, pressing buttons for no reason?
Well, if you want to be a boring DJ, yeah, but if you want to keep the crowd alive, you really have to constantly
So
move
you really
things.
are doing stuff, you're not just moving your hands?
Yeah.
I feel like they're just like...
Just cue the playlist up.
It's a YouTube dubstep he has pulled up.
Yeah.
I don't know if oh gosh. I don't know if I remember like any gifts from a while ago, but the most recent gift I got was pretty freaking awesome. For me and Nick's 4 months, he was leaving, and like I said goodbye to him because we had to part ways again. And then he came back like 20 minutes later, or like 30 minutes later, because I live so far away from town, and he had gone and gotten my favorite coffee from my favorite coffee shop to say happy 4 months, because our 4 months was the next day, and it was just so sweet. And I am obsessed with coffee, and so I don't know, that was a pretty good gift to get to see him twice. But that's it.
Cool.
Yeah.
Was it cool?
No. Look,
It's
cool
fine.
for you. No, cool for you.
I mean,
it has.
I got internally sick as she told that story. A little bit.
He was like 4 months, well.
Yeah,
Screw y'all.
I'm like, are we celebrating 4 months?
I did question that part.
Do we celebrate 4 months now?
No.
And that's the thing, we don't celebrate every
Did you get
single
him
month.
anything for 4 months?
No, and that's the thing. That's the
That's what
thing.
made it
It's a
unexpected.
surprise. It's an unexpected, sweet, thoughtful gift. Whatever.
No, I see what you're saying.
We're all just D1 haters over here. It's
No, the unexpected, like that's what made it so sweet.
Exactly. At least somebody gets it.
someone gets
I
me.
mean, I like it. I mean, it's fun. Tanya, you have your favorite gift?
I don't know if I really have a favorite. I mean, there's so many. I'm not sure if I can really choose one. Some when I was younger was like a DS, and then as I got older, my first phone, and then a little bit older than that, some money.
Yeah.
That,
Some money.
as you get old, it's like,
Well, I mean, it makes me feel good because not just so I can buy stuff for myself, but I feel like I can pay and help others. I don't know.
yeah.
Like, I get it. I mean, honestly, again, one of my favorite gifts is when I'm doing laundry and you find that 20 in your pocket and lost there, and you're like, oh man, this is fantastic.
One of life's greatest gifts.
I did not know that 20 existed. Like, that 20 was not in my world, and now it is right here in my
I also
hands.
find a lot of chapsticks when I do laundry.
I found a Zaxby's gift card the other day.
Was it empty?
It had $8.30. I used it today for lunch.
There you go. So gifts, it's interesting. Like we have these memories of gifts and gifts we've received, but I wonder, are you a person who gifts is a big deal to? Because I think some people are like big gift folks, and some people are not big gift folks, and I wonder what makes that. Why? Like, if you do appreciate gifts, what makes it important to you?
Sorry, let me gotta reach across. For me, I don't know if what I find important is receiving the gifts, but I do like giving gifts. That just I don't know that especially when it's something that some people think they will never be able to afford, or they just didn't, plan on actually receiving it as a gift. Seeing their smile and the way they light up, especially like younger children. I've got some cousins that, I've gifted some pretty cool gifts to, and to me, it's just something simple. It could be something like a toy, but it's something that they saw in a commercial and they were dreaming of it and planned on asking, and now they got it. So I do find gifts important to me, but the gifting part, not the receiving part. So
I love it both. Like, I love the idea of me putting joy in somebody's lives. And then I love, like, even if it's the smallest thing, like just a card, I'm like, wow, this person took time out of their day to give me a card and write in it. Yeah. Like, it just means so much to me, especially from the people, like, you're not expecting. I'm like, oh my gosh, you were thinking about me? Like, that makes, like, it just brings my heart joy.
Yeah. Gift giving is one of my absolute favorite things in the entire world because I like to craft and make my own wrapping paper, like piece together cards and like just make it super crafty and put a lot of blood, sweat, and literal tears into gifts. But I don't know, that's something that's really important to me is giving thoughtful gifts. I could care less to receive a gift any day, but giving gifts is one of my things that I do that I love.
Man, I really want to jump on something you said right there, but I feel like it would be dogpiling 2 times in a row. And so I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it.
No, just dogpile. Just dogpile. No, because nothing else in my day has happened. I need more dogpiling.
No, I'm not going to.
I need more dogpiling.
No, I'm not going to.
No, I need you to. Go.
I just... So do you... One makes their own wrapping paper?
The crafting part?
Do you remember that bracelet that I gifted you like 2 years ago?
Yes, I do remember that.
Do you remember the wrapping paper that I made?
I do not, because I don't.
I put it in a box, and I crafted
do remember the box.
My own wrapping paper. Like, I pieced together different pieces of scrapbook paper to make the wrapping paper of that box.
Was it significant scrapbook paper pieces, or just random?
No.
Or was it random?
It's just random.
Okay, that makes me feel better, because I have no recollection of this.
No. It was just
I thought you'd be like, it was scripture that talked about things in your life. I was like, oh, that was great.
No, it's just something I enjoy doing. Crafting puts me at ease. And
so you don't like go outside and cut down your own trees and like make paper out of wood?
I want to. Whenever I have the time for that in my life, when I settle down, I will cut down my trees, make my own paper.
I mean, it seems pretty cool. I've seen those videos. They're cool.
I mean,
yes, where you make
Super
your own
satisfying.
paper. I love it. It's so much fun.
Maybe
Are y'all all being serious right now?
Yes.
Yes, have you not seen it?
That's a thing? People making their own paper?
Yes.
It's really cool to watch.
It's 2024.
Even more reason to not make your own paper.
This just started last year. This new trend pops up where people make their own paper.
Wow.
It's wow.
What is this paper thing? Okay.
Don't do that.
Maybe for your 8 months, your boyfriend will take you
to
make your own paper.
That was a very thoughtful gift you gave me. Yeah, and you didn't even tell me that you gave it to me. I mean, I eventually, I guess, figured it out. Mm-hmm. But that was a very nice gift you gave. It's probably the only time that actually it's the most thoughtful gift that any student has ever given me. That was because I guess I don't know if you were in our student ministry at the time. You might have just been. Were you?
I was just a part of the youth, I believe.
Well, that would be part of our student ministry.
Oh,
but
I got you.
I didn't know if I was just talking to you at the school or you had started coming to Lifepoint at that point.
I had just started coming to Lifepoint.
Okay. Yeah. So that was a great gift. It was a very good gift. I'm not a gift person per se. As you can tell, I didn't even remember what kind of wrapping paper it was.
It's okay. The wrapping paper is insignificant. It's just important to me.
But, and I forget, like I don't remember many gifts that I've been given unless somebody mentions it and I'm like, oh yeah. And I do enjoy giving gifts, but usually only if I feel like the gift is going to have some kind of like potentially life-altering impact on a person, and not in a big way, but just usually in a weird way. Like I like giving weird gifts, strange gifts, things that make people think, or
like a hamburger telephone. Have you seen those on Amazon?
No, that's
So random.
What?
Like in Juno, her hamburger telephone, and she's like on the phone, and she's like, "Oh, hang on, I'm on my hamburger telephone," and she like keeps hitting it.
I ain't gonna lie, Juno wrecked me a little bit the first time I watched.
Oh
Juno.
God, Juno's such a good movie.
Man,
What is it?
Juno, you never watched
Juno?
Juno?
I don't watch movies either.
Yeah,
No,
it's-
but you would. I feel like you would like that.
you would
movie.
actually.
You would enjoy
it's,
that
it's
movie.
weird alt. You would like. I mean, it's
Oh,
right up
oh
your.
my gosh, I can't.
You
it's
said
right
that,
up-
not me.
It's right up your alley.
Pearl is
I mean, you're
alt
definitely
confirmed.
folk alt. You're like, I mean, if we like looked up folk alt right now, your picture would be
On
there with
Pinterest.
your sweater and your little braids and your
My Blundstone boots that I bought.
your what stone?
Bloodstone.
Blundstone.
Blund.
They're the best boots in the entire world.
I heard Bluntstone. I was like, we can't.
That's the
I
coping. That's the
cut it
coping
out,
of
cut it
buying it.
But yeah, so I do like giving odd gifts. I think it's. I want people to when someone gets a gift, and maybe it's because I want them to like be like, why am I receiving this gift, and to be thinking about it. I think it's very interesting when you have to kind of go like, what does this gift mean, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, all right, so Christmas time, we're talking about gifts, gift giving, gift receiving. We've all had those experiences. They say that that there's like 5 major love languages, and that gift giving is one of those.
Mm-hmm.
Would any of you guys say that's probably one of my love languages?
That's my
No,
number
No.
5, actually.
I know many people though that gift giving is their love language. Close people in my life.
Okay, is that taxing for you?
Yes, it can be very.
You almost feel guilty that you're not as gift giving as them. Because that's how I feel. Because I have a lot of people in my family that
Yeah.
really focus on gift giving, but I don't like the whole Christmas time. Everybody has to get a gift. Like I actually don't like it, but I love just randomly doing it like on a random day of the week throughout the year. But come down to Christmas time, it's almost like that weird expectation.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I don't know. It kind of diminishes the actual thought that goes into it, but like that's for
Yeah,
me.
no.
I don't know. I can't really get behind the whole love language of gift giving. I think you can just love somebody and help them out or give them stuff here and there.
Yeah.
But if it's like an expectation, a little different.
Do you, I mean, I guess that's maybe true, but I guess if someone that is their love language, it's how they feel valued, I guess,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
It's how some can also apologize. They use it as they're apologizing,
Oh,
giving gifts.
interesting.
And you'd rather, I mean, like, yeah, at first when you're a little girl growing up, it's nice, but once you get older, it's like you just want a sorry, you know?
You mentioned an interesting point about the holiday season and it being Christmas time. Does the idea of the gift giving stress out anybody in the room, or you enjoy it? I mean, you kind of thought it's
Yeah. I mean, for myself, like it was so much of a stress last year. I mean, I first time buying Christmas for the entire family last year because I actually had like my first like grown up job and all that. So I did it like the day before Christmas because it's like I was waiting on my Christmas bonus to get it, and so I just bought everybody. Like I just got everybody Christmas the day before. But this year I actually had all my shopping done before Thanksgiving
wow.
Look at you.
because I was so stressed. Like I hate it. I just all up until Christmas Day I was like, I'm not doing that ever again. I'm gonna get it done and not out of sight, out of mind. Enjoy the time with people, and then it just happens. Because the year before I actually forgot to get people. My brother specifically, I forgot to give him a gift. I got everybody else but for him. And yeah, so we made good on that, but
Nice.
but stuff like that, just you get so stressed. So
I just get
Tanya, oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I just get stressed financially. I guess everybody basic answer.
Yeah.
yeah,
Do you stressful, or you like the season, Tanya?
I mean, I enjoy the season. The only time I would stress is only because I try to put as much thought as I can into a gift just to make sure that that person is going to like it. Because I don't want them to get them just something random and be like, oh, there's like another shirt or there's maybe like a pair of shoes. But like something that I think would be good for them. So I want something that they would probably want.
Okay, does anybody
They
ever
would
do
enjoy it.
so? In that vein, does anybody like I have quite a few like my father-in-law. Every Christmas is going to give me a gift card, and then I'm going to get him something that he can just win and got himself. So he's giving me something like that's the thing that I guess is exhausting for me. Is like I'm going to go pick out something for you that you could just get yourself. You're going to give me some gift card. Like I'm going to spend money, and you're going to spend money, and we could have just spent money on ourselves and got the things we wanted.
Yeah, that is so true.
And like accomplish the same thing while saving an immense amount of time. Like I think I have two of our families that play. Was it Dirty Santa or White Elephant? You know, that gift giving game. I don't know when this was, like 6-7 years ago. I made a new rule for myself. I literally go get what I want every time. I go to the store. Like last year, I wanted a wok. Like to cook, I had to have a wok, so I wanted a wok. So I went and bought a wok. And when it came my time to go pick a present, I went and picked my present and opened the wok. And you know what? Nobody else wanted a wok.
Yeah, so they're not going to steal
it. Stole it. And I got exactly what I wanted. And I'm like, I could just went and bought myself a wok, but we're playing this dumb game. I mean, am I alone in those feelings?
I've never thought of that.
Yeah,
That
when you
is smart.
explained it like that.
Yeah,
no, I feel.
it's
smart.
only fun when it's only fun when you're playing that part of the game. Then everybody else shows up getting the exact gift they want. It's like, oh well, never mind. We could just like
And
done
then
Christmas.
That's what exactly. Because there's going to be this awkward moment where somebody opens something and gets way too attached to it. And it's only been stolen like one time or whatever your rules are. Mm-hmm. And that other person's going to come steal it. And then they're going to be like conniving. They'll be like, hey, we're married. If you go steal that, I'll get what you want.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And then like people are getting upset about it. And I'm like, we could have all just went and bought ourselves a gift instead of doing this dumb game and getting mad at each other. You know?
Yeah,
And
you
now we're
could've
not
bought
having
it all
Christmas next
together
year.
and show it off. Like, this is what I got for myself.
And then I had this,
I
I had this weird. So I'm not gonna tell you who this guy is because this guy's still around. But I had this guy who dated my aunt. No, my cousin. She was older than me, so she felt like an aunt, but she was a cousin, right? And he was fairly wealthy, so we started doing we would do Christmas at his house,
Right.
and we did. That was very weird. We played Dirty Santa, White Christmas, whatever, White Elephant, whatever, and he got a hog head,
Oh, wow.
like a full pickled hog head,
Pickled?
I guess.
Ooh.
And that was his Dirty Santa gift.
Clay would pick that.
Oh, that's what he.
I
put
feel like
in.
Clay
Yeah,
would
it was
want
like
that.
wrapped up.
Yeah. Oh,
That was
I
pretty
thought-
sure.
What?
This is fantastic.
oh, we used to do used candles, just
Random stuff.
oh random.
I
Stuff.
can go if that's the game. I'm good. I like that game.
Well, that's what it's supposed to be. Dirty Santa's supposed to be the
Yeah,
Like-
it's supposed to be.
oh
just
wait no,
random.
I'm saying half used toilet paper rolls and then some random or glitter bombs.
Yeah.
I brought a
What
Polaroid of myself one time.
But does that still happen?
Do
No.
I still?
I feel like Dirty Santa now is okay, we have a $30 limit.
Oh, that's exactly what it
Yeah.
is. That's all it is, and that's what it is at every family event right now. And I'm like,
So then
no.
you go into Ross or TJ Maxx and seeing what cheap thing you don't care about. It's like less than $30 that you can buy. You know?
I was at TJ Maxx today doing that.
Buy yourself a walk.
That's the main lesson from today.
Man, that's the lesson. I cooked some incredible shrimp in my walk the other day.
What
and I
is a
thought,
walk?
It's that big bowl.
big.
Have you ever been to Panda Express?
No.
They have them when they cook there. I thought that might help, but
you don't know what a walk is?
Oh, I just said that.
This is a big bowl when
Yeah.
you cook.
yeah,
it's
you
like
just
a
put it
pan.
over fire. Well, do you put yours
No, I just cook it on the stove.
on the stove?
Yeah. I mean, it
You
is.
gotta
You,
season it to make sure it stays nice and slick, so nothing sticks to it. You can make large amounts of food in it.
large amounts.
It's like a Japanese
Large
cast iron.
amount.
Yeah, it's huge.
Yeah.
I cooked some cabbage in it the other day, like a bunch of chopped cabbage with some Kaneka sausage.
Oh yeah.
Fantastic.
That's what I was about to ask. So, are you sticking to the Asian food or
Oh no!
all?
I create my own
Yeah.
I mean,
Which, I mean, I don't know
cabbage,
if
cooked
it's-
cabbage is a bit of a kind of an Asian type
Yeah, I
deal.
mean, yeah.
But what it is, I cook the Kaneka first. Take the Kaneka out, lift the sausage grease,
Mm-hmm.
and then throw all the cabbage in that
cabbage.
grease. Oh, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about.
Man, now you making me want some.
I feel like that's also such a Southern staple meal.
And it
Like,
was, and this was,
I've had it so
Cabbage
many.
and sausage?
Actually, I
Yes,
did
like
this-
I've had it so many times.
yes.
At going to people's houses. Thank you.
Well, this was for Thanksgiving,
Mm-hmm.
and so I did it with the cabbage. I put a little jalapeno in it, and then
I bet that's
like
good.
and some onion, and then to finish it off, check this out:
Check it out.
some chopped apple.
Oh,
Oh man, it was so good.
See.
Apple and pork is like classic. If you've not done that
Oh,
before,
yeah.
so good.
well, they make those like chicken apple sausages.
Yeah.
Those
you can.
are really good.
Those are
At
good.
Aldi.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's jump with gifts here. All right. So, gift is like the physical things you give people. What are gifts that you give folks that aren't necessarily, things or something that cost, or even a vacation? What are gifts you give that are maybe not as often thought about at Christmas time, but are very significant gifts you give to folks?
I always tease Nate whenever I say this because he'll be like, "What'd you get me?" And I said, "My love." My love, because he don't need anything else.
And I can't respond in any negative way because then I get beat. So
Well, that's true. I mean,
Yeah.
but like, what are things even in that vein? What are the things that we do that are gifts that we give people that would be love? Yes, but like specifically, what does that look like sometimes?
Prayer. I don't know if it's a gift, but whenever I feel really led to pray for someone, I don't like tell them that I'm praying for them, but I feel like if that can help them in some way in their life, that prayer that's been sent up, that's, I don't know, kind of like a gift, but not really.
I like that.
Yeah, I try to like share verses or scripture with my non-Christian friends or my friends that are not really that active in the church. Just kind of pouring into them that way. Also, like little nuggets, like things I read that really speak to me, just motivational stuff here and there. Kind of, I've seen the effect of it. Like I can definitely tell the difference in the way they approach things.
Yeah.
Just stuff like that.
Yeah, stuff you learned that affected you.
Oh yeah.
I like that.
Those priceless moments of those hard lessons learned that you had blood and sweat. It's like maybe save them that much. Maybe make it a little easy on them. Just hey, try this next time.
Advice.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That's good.
I went and watched Albertville play Boaz Tuesday, and there's a girl in our youth group named Avon who was playing, and they won. They won big. Like their JV girls team destroyed Boaz. Go Aggies! But
Roll Aggies.
yeah, and but she was frustrated after it because she said she only scored 1 point, and to be quite honest, she's a dynamite football player, but in basketball she's not starting. She comes off the bench, and I just for a second took time and explained to her that in life sometimes you're going to be really, really good at things, and sometimes you're going to be okay at things. But the very successful people in this world understand that no matter when they're the best or when they're in the middle of the pack or when they're just a bit player in the machine of whatever they're involved in, the ones who give max effort to make what they're a part of the best it can be, no matter where they sit at the table, those are the people that will find the most success in life. And it was just a moment while we had a conversation. And I think that's what you're talking about, is finding those moments. So with love, with that, what does all that take? If we had to really figure it out and without forcing you to understand, but you're going to get there, what is the gift we're giving in those moments?
Time.
That's right.
It's the only thing you can't get back.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
I think that time is our most valuable gift that we can give to people. It is a commodity. you know. And what's great about time is that it doesn't matter what job any of us have, how much money we make, you know, how much investments we've procured. We all get 24 hours every single day, and we get to spend those in some form or fashion. And I think, or I propose, that we have the ability to give some of the most amazing gifts by giving people time. Now, it's not like that. What was it? Did you ever see that movie where you had so many time you could do it?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
What was that?
With Justin Timberlake,
I was about to say
Yeah.
Cillian Murphy.
Timberlake.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never saw it. I just saw like
Great
clips
movie.
of
I
it.
I've seen
see
clips
clips
on
on
Facebook.
TikTok.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. But not in that way. I mean, they're like trying to like touch arms or something. Like, here's my
Steal
You
somebody's
Tip,
time.
yeah.
But it's an interesting concept because it talked about. I mean, it really gives a picture of the value of time, right?
Mm-hmm.
But how do you do that? Like, what are the ways we can give these gifts that are gifts of time that can be significantly impactful? Or maybe you're doing that in some ways and you've not even thought about it like that. I don't know. What's y'all's thoughts?
The way I like to spend most of my time, or I guess giving my time, is being in the special needs community, volunteering with them, and I mean I work with people with special needs all during the summer, and that's me giving my time to them. But I don't think of it as oh, they need my help, so I'm gonna do it for them. There's not a thing that brings me more joy than being with them. And so I feel like it's more of a gift to me being able to be in that community and just being so loved by those people. And I don't know, I guess it's a gift to them that I get to give my time to them, but it's really just a gift to me for them to be able to accept me and like me. I don't know. It's just, that's kind of one of the ways that I guess I share my gifts or whatever.
Okay.
I'm always like the first one to say to my friends, I'm here to listen if you ever just need to talk. So I feel like I give up a lot of time on that when people just want to talk. I'm always there to listen.
I think those who are younger, we usually don't realize how much time we do have, and we don't use it for the best. We just waste away doom scrolling on TikTok, Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
I'm the worst offender. I mean, but definitely through life I've learned that like one thing I don't understand is the lack of appreciation that time is spent with each other. Because at my childhood I lost my mother at 14, and I hope no one has to go through that, but I did learn pretty early on. It's like, I only knew her for 14 years of my life, yet I'll know my father for the last 22. And when you start looking at the gaps in that, you don't realize every second matters. And that's even with, they'll say like, oh, your grandmother or your grandparents are a lot older, you should go spend more time with them. It's like, I mean, you should be doing that regardless. Why does the age matter? Because anybody can go at any second. Mm-hmm. And so in a formative year of my life, realized time being spent with people is a lot more valuable than any gift that can be given. And that's where I wish more people our age, especially because we're getting caught up in the busyness, doom scrolling TikTok, all that stuff. Just I wish we'd appreciate just the bare minimum of spending time with each other would be way more appreciated. And honestly, I mean, just being like an ear to somebody, that changes people's lives like forever. And it's very silent. People don't understand it. But man, it does a lot.
Yeah.
Definitely. Those people that stood up and called me one night randomly, I can't tell you, they've saved me. I've saved them, and it's definitely one of those gifts that you really take granted for especially being so young in our generation.
Sure.
So
there's something about when you're younger, you feel like you got all the time in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
And you get older, like I'm getting significantly older. I mean,
Significant.
That
Significantly.
midlife crisis.
in life crisis, you see things like, every year for the last 4 years, I've seen students at Albertville High School die.
Mm.
That crazy? But like, you don't think about that, right? That's happening, and you just feel invincible at a young age. That you could do whatever, and life is going to last however long. And I think that's when you get older, you get perspective, and you realize that how much time is valuable, But it's really simple things. I mean, I'll say this, even as, like, I got this game right now, like, if I can be completely transparent, that has ate a significant amount of my time. It's called Slime Legion. It's dumb. It's like, it's one of those, like, match 4 thing, and you get a little thing that shoots stuff. I mean, it's like the dumbest game. One of my kids called it like a grandma game. She goes, "Dad, quit playing that grandma game." So, but I find myself drawn to it, and every time I give time to it, I mean, it's time that's where I'm investing. That's the Slime Legion gains my time. And here's the thing. Here's why I think time is such an amazing gift is, like, we get to decide. Like, and we have you can call it human right or whatever, to take the time we've been given. I would call it a spiritual responsibility to take the time we've been given and spend it in whatever way we see fit. And many people will spend all their time on things like Slime Legion or TikTok or Instagram Reels or whatever, right? Snapchat, like, keeping all your 17,000 streaks going, right? They'll spend all their time on that. But if you find moments to steal it away and give it, like, without any expectation of what you're going to get from it, like, without any, like, idea of this is going to do anything for you, that's when you sometimes find really incredibly beautiful moments happen in your life. And I think you have to be intentional about that. Like, it doesn't happen easily. I don't. I mean, I'll be quite honest. I don't get joy in connecting with the special needs community. I love them, but, like, I don't feel like, when you say how you feel, I'm like, my gosh, that's like a superpower. I don't feel that. I'm like, okay, I got to get ready because I want to love these people as well. I'm like preparing myself. I'm not like, it's just not my calling. But yesterday, they were bringing somebody dressed up as the Grinch into the special needs class, and they're all like having fun. So I stayed to, like, pump it up and have some time to enjoy with them. That doesn't, like, I don't get any personal benefit out of that, but it's important to give time as a gift. And for me, like, I'm not extremely wealthy, or it's in American standards. Let me put that. In world standards, we're all fairly wealthy, but in American standards, I'm not super wealthy. But taking time is a really cool thing to do, to give to people, and it's fun. Like, once you start doing it, you kind of, I don't know. I now, like you're talking about, you give with special needs. I get that way with just giving random people time. Like, when you are your servers coming to your table and they're like, "Hey, how you doing?" You're like, "Oh, I'm doing great." And then you're like, "How's your day been going?" And you give them that 30 seconds, or you give them a minute, or you ask them a question on top of that. Like, that's time that they don't expect you to give them. Like, they expect just a interaction to take place. But the gift is, no, we're making this more than just some kind of interaction. We're making this something deeper. And that's the gift you give to folks. Because here's what you do when you take time to do that. When you take time for anybody that doesn't expect you to give them time, what you're saying to that person is, you're valuable. And that's a beautiful thing. Because that's really what gift giving is, right? Hey, I'm going to give you, like, I mean, that's what your gift spoke to me, Pearl, when you gave me that bracelet. It made me feel like the things I had said and done had made an impact. And that's you saying, Q, you have value. And that's what gifts are. And with time, we can do that on a daily basis, let people know that they have value. And it can happen anywhere. That's a crazy thing. Have you ever had a moment maybe in your life where someone gave you time that was significant, that you're like, man, that's crazy. This person spent this time with me. They didn't have to. And and you felt that kind of value? Anybody ever had an experience like that? I want to share.
Again, I have short-term memory, and so I don't remember anything besides of the last 2 weeks. But yesterday, Grace and Lena sat me down and talked to me about a lot of stuff that I didn't realize was going on, with me, I guess. And they realized stuff that I wasn't realizing, and they took time to share what they thought, and not what they thought about my life, but they took time to tell me that I'm valuable and that I'm capable of more than I'm letting myself think I am, and stuff like that. And they just took time and sat me down, and and it was a good amount of time where Grace just sat and not lectured. She did her best friend lecture for a little bit, and that was just something that was really, really special to me in that moment. And I mean, still special because I still remember it. So even though it happened yesterday, I think I'll remember it for quite a while. But yeah.
That's cool.
I have a coworker. I mean, she's more than a coworker. She's a good friend that's been around ever since I was younger. She's going through a lot of rough stuff recently, and it was midnight. I figure out that she's not okay right now, so I drive over there to her house, and this has been months ago, but her mom texted me the other day saying I feel like you're going unnoticed a lot. She was like, I see what you're doing and I appreciate it. No one has said anything to you, but I want to let you know that I see what you're doing. And it meant a lot. It meant a lot for her to say that to me. Mm-hmm. I mean, I was not expecting anything for them to say. I didn't expect them to be oh, thank you for coming over here and stuff,
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yesterday, I was actually talking to Taylor, Jalen's girlfriend, because she came over to decorate the office, and I don't know, I felt like we just had a moment where we were actually talking, and then I explained to her about stuff that had happened, and I don't know, she was just there to listen to me, and she was telling me that she was praying for me and gonna be there for me in case I just needed to talk. And then every now and then Jalen will also say he appreciates what I do, me and Carissa. And it's rare when I hear that, so whenever I hear it, and I told Taylor this yesterday, when I hear it, I feel like he's just doing it to just say, I don't feel like he's actually meaning it.
Almost like they're making fun.
I mean, not just that, but because I feel like he just wants to keep me there or something like that.
Oh, okay.
The retention.
Yeah. Represented. But Taylor would be no, he actually means that. He'll talk about you guys and say how good you guys are doing and all this stuff. And hearing that, because you don't really hear it as often. I mean, I think that's pretty awesome. So that makes me feel good knowing that I'm doing what I'm supposed to do and somebody actually appreciates it. And Nate, almost 8 years of us being together, and he's always showed me love, and it's a love that I never really got when I was growing up. So it felt weird getting that, and he knows that. He was actually the first person actually said I love you too, and first person I really hugged that I actually felt something, because we don't really hug in my family or say I love you at all, so it feels weird to do that. We're so independent and being on our own, and me and my sister, who's also married, we were literally discussing this morning or yesterday, where she feels weird when her husband buys her gifts or does stuff for her, because she's it's just because we were ever used to it.
Yeah.
Nate, are you going to get Tanya a coffee for your 8 year?
Cut the cameras.
Maybe not just the coffee.
You pay for whipped cream on top.
I don't know if
I
don't know if I'm also gonna drive 30 minutes away to turn back around. No, but no, it's good for you. Good for you. I don't know.
Gotcha.
I know one of my moment where I appreciated somebody sharing their time is when I started going to the gym. I had no clue how to do anything. And I remember this guy who's now a really good friend of mine. I called him my coach because he taught me a lot of stuff. He had posted, "Hey, I need somebody to go with," and I texted him. I said, "Hey, I need somebody to teach me." And we never really talked. We were acquaintances. We've been in class together and stuff. But he actually, for a while before he moved away to go to university, I mean, he would give me that time where he would teach me, because he already knew. He was a football player, so he already knew how to do all the kind of workouts, but he took the time to show me and, be patient with me. If someone had, try to tease me and make fun of me because I wasn't doing the same way that everybody else was, he would defend me and say, "Hey, hey, he's trying, he's putting in the work." So he took that time and gave me, his time to better myself. So now I do the same thing. I took Tanya, started taking her not too long ago, and my cousin Brandon, now I take him also to try to, not necessarily, I mean, it's not just about working out, but just give my time while also helping them improve themselves physically. So, and then oftentimes we'll talk after the gym when we're just sitting in my truck, just talking. We'll talk about life. It'll start out as just what happened today, but then it leads to other stuff where we're giving each other advice and helping each other work through situations that we might be going through in that current time. So I don't know. It's just a lot. I shared a lot. I don't know where I was going with it, but
That's good.
yeah. I mean, that's valuable to me.
That's cool. Tanya, you mentioned something that made me think when you're talking about Jalen says, what did you say he said?
That he appreciates.
He appreciates you, yeah. And how you're like, oh, is that questioning? Why is he saying that? I think we have a tendency to anticipate every time someone gives us time or takes time to talk to us that we're in such a transactional culture that we think this can't be a gift. This has to be a transaction. And the difference is in a transaction, I give you something and you give me something in return, right? Mm-hmm. And a gift, I just give you something. And I think that's, because our culture is so transactional, when we have those moments where people just give us a gift, we don't know what to do with it. We're like, we're waiting for the other shoe to drop. There's a reason this is happening. And many times there is. I mean, to your point, many times it's like people are transactional. I can't tell you how many times, as you guys get older and you acquire more leadership and more influence, you're going to have so many people contact you. And it's going to start like this. "Hey, Nate, how's it going? You doing all right? Yeah, man. Everything going good in your world? Yeah. Yeah, how's the family? Oh, they're doing good, man. Yeah. Hey, I was wondering if," and then it's going to be whatever the thing is
what they need
in that moment, right? And everything before that was just fluff to get to the moment of what they need. And in my world, that's, at this point, again, at 44, it's my middle age that I'm here at, with the different organizations and businesses that I lead. Those type interactions happen all day, every day. The moments when people give you gifts, and those are incredible. And I want to try to create those moments for other people. So I have this one guy, I'll just say his name. His name's Greg Henderson. And for the last, I think, almost 10 years, he has texted me every Sunday morning before church saying that he's praying for me. And he'll have some little thing he says, and some little thing he does, and just praying for me. And the guy doesn't even go to this church. Like, he's just a guy in the community who we're friends. He believes in what I'm doing. And he never, when I say he has never asked me for anything, has never asked me for anything. And yet every Sunday, he takes time, to whatever time it takes for him to come up with whatever God puts on his heart to text me. He does it every Sunday morning. It's one of the greatest gifts I've got, because there's no when it first started happening, I was like, why does Greg text me like well, he's going to need something next week, right? He's going to need me to like, oh, he's praying for me. And then it's going to be later on. He's like, hey, man, does your church want to get involved in? You know, like I get all day. I got somebody today that used to go to our church. Like, and I'm not upset about it, right? Because, again, it's a normal thing. He used to go to our church, and they want to invite me to come check out this new ministry that's starting, which is great. But literally over the last Pearl went to one over last month. I've had multiple people say, "Will you come check out this new ministry?" It's like there's so much ministry that I can check out. I love that all this ministry is going on, but to have someone just take time and expect nothing, I would argue that's the greatest gift we'll ever receive, and I think it's the greatest gift we can give. So let me wrap this up and put a bow on it. All right, we're about to celebrate Christmas. And Jesus comes, and his salvation that comes through Christ is called a gift. The gift of God, that is given us that we experience grace, the gift of grace that comes through faith. Like Jesus comes, and now we have ability to have a relationship with God. And here's the crazy thing. Like, there's nothing we can do to earn it. That's the gift part. Like, it's grace. It's just we believe it. We accept the gift. That's why a lot of times people use that terminology. Have you accepted Jesus? Like it's this came from the gift piece, right? We've accepted this gift, and you can't like learn enough Bible verses to earn it. You can't, preach enough sermons to learn it. You can't learn all the worship songs. You just accept it. And so for us, then, the believer, I think our life should be full of moments where we take that amazing gift and we give it away to other people. To live out the gospel is to give love and time and gifts of our life to the rest of the world around us without any expectation of them giving us anything in return. And that's what Jesus did. And so that becomes our example too. So perhaps we can do that. We're right at an hour. Any last thoughts you guys have on that piece of it before we kind of sign off?
Yeah. Tell every family member you love them. I think, especially the men out there, I think we're afraid to tell our dads, our brothers, we love them. But, like, seriously, talking about gifts, like when going back to one of the first topics, I make it a point to every birthday to like write like a heartfelt card, and I try to make them cry right there. Like and they know it, they're gonna expect it, and like brother opens up, and he's like, "Nope, I can't do it," and like he'll text me later. But seriously, tell everybody you love them and spend time with them and enjoy it, because you might not think it, but deep down inside, you may have altered their timeline and you don't know it, but just know that you did the right thing. So yeah, that's what I would add.
Anybody else? Well, thanks guys for hanging out. I know we got started a little later. I hope everyone has a Merry Christmas and that you experience some really cool gifts, but I hope the greatest one is the time you get with maybe unexpected people in your life, maybe the expected, but you would realize that relationships, the most valuable ones, are not transactional. They're gifts that we get to give to each other. All right? All right.